Hey, and welcome back. In today's video, we're checking out the Donner Backbeat electronic drum set. This is Donner's flagship kit, and at the time of releasing this video, it'll be going on sale for the holiday season. So if you're in the market for an e-kit, this is the perfect time to pick one up. In this package, you'll receive almost everything you need to get started, aside from headphones and a throne, but luckily they do sell packages with both of those, and Donner was kind enough to send me a throne to go with this set. At first glance, what really separates the Backbeat from its counterparts is the fully customizable color choices from the built-in lighting that can really enhance the visual appeal of your drums on stage or at home. Additionally, the internal rack wiring makes setup much easier with no cable looms or long routing of cables across the kit to the module. And speaking of the module, this 7-inch touchscreen makes it a breeze to switch through different sounds, mix and balance your kit, as well as learn with a number of practice tools and exercises built right in. I reviewed a very similar kit, the Donner Beat, at the end of 2024, so I won't dive too in-depth to all the features because many of them are similar, but I'll have that video linked down below for you to check out. I was able to unbox and set up this kit in just about 30 minutes, and once I had it all set up, I recorded a few of my favorite kits for you to hear. So as you can hear, there's a variety of different sounds built into this kit, and the quality and responsive playing is as I expect with this set. I got the chance to try the Donner Beat last year, and it's pretty much the same bones in terms of the sound and feel and response as this kit with just a couple changes. Now, I do want to highlight those changes because there's a couple things on this set that I really like, and I'm glad to see them in this setup because I thought they were missing from the Donner Beat. Now, the first deals with the toms. On the Donner Beat, you have 3 8-inch pads for each tom and then a 10-inch snare. And I mentioned in that video that it just felt a little awkward with the floor tom being so small compared to what I would be used to, which is graduated size toms. This is actually a 10-inch floor tom here, so that's really nice, and it feels much more natural playing on it. And I think it looks more natural too when you look at it, from the back. In addition, the cymbals for both the ride and the crash are full zone pads, so you can hit anywhere on the cymbal, which just makes it feel more realistic. On the hi-hat, you still do have that pizza cutout where the back half is plastic and the front half is the rubber playing surface. Would I like it to be just like this? Sure, but I think it works fine for the hi-hat. You're gonna play in a tighter spot on the hi-hat. The ride, sometimes I might shift around and play on other parts of it. With that said, the one disappointment I have is this ride cymbal is only a 2-zone trigger. So you have the bow or edge, and then you have the face of the cymbal. And for me as a teacher, if I had a student with this, it would be a little bit of a bummer for them not to have access to some sort of bell sound with the ride cymbal. I don't know if I would need a 3-zone pad for anything else, but for the ride cymbal, it would be really nice to have, especially if you're gonna pay top dollar for a kit like this. Now, I think the biggest change between the Donner Beat and the Backbeat here is obviously this LED system for lighting up all the pads. Pretty much every pad on here has an LED. Even the bass drum, the logo lights up, which I think is pretty cool. On the cymbals, you just have a small ring where the bell would be. And then on the 4 pads here for the drums, it's obviously the full shell. Now, aside from just being really cool, and I'm sure it would look great in an Instagram video, what I think is cool about the light up system is that it could be really useful for someone like me as a teacher. When I write out sheet music for my students that includes snare and all the toms, a lot of times I'll use a highlighter and color in the toms to give it just a different visual look than just a dot on a page, and that helps my students distinguish what drum is what. It would be fun to go through here and set up the same color scheme I have for toms as I do with teaching, and that would be super easy to do. So for the high tom I use green, for the mid tom I use orange, and for the floor tom I use pink. It's just the 3 highlighters I've had around in my desk forever, so that's what I've used. This would be super helpful for some of my younger students who are 7 or 8, where a lot of times connecting things with colors is easier than a line on a staff. So I like that as a teacher. And while we're talking about the educational component of this kit, it also offers a whole setup here in the brain for rudiment practice, learning some different grooves and rock and funk and basic styles, and then a few play-along songs, which are not the most musically fulfilling songs I've ever heard. They're very MIDI and elevator music sounding, but it's something built right in for you to practice with. And if those aren't your cup of tea, you can connect your phone with Bluetooth and play audio from Spotify or YouTube through the Brain module right into your headphones with your drums. I love the convenience of this kit, and I do think it is a showstopper with the LED lights. I've been talking to Donner for 2 years now with different collaborations. I've checked out their DED 500. I think that was the first kit I ever checked out, which is a mid-range price drum set in their catalog. I checked out the DED 200, which is one of their entry-level setups. And then I've also checked out the Donner Beat, which is in class with this of being one of their more premium price drum kits. This setup here, their most premium model, really has blown me away. Yes, I know that you could check out some other more household name brands in terms of electronic instruments like Alesis or Roland, but I think if you're comparing the price of this setup to what those companies offer in that same price tier, this is definitely on par with those. Again, this drum set is going to be on sale for this holiday season, so I will have links in the description and the comment section of this video if you want to pick one up for yourself. But I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you to Donner for sending it out, and until next time, thanks.